Welcome back to another episode of 40 Facts About the 40K Universe. I am your host, Gershwin, and you are watching One Mind Syndicate. Today we talk about how an arbitrator becomes an arbitrator. If you guys have any other suggestions for other topics of Warhammer 40K that you guys would like us to cover, please comment down in the section below. We read those comments every single day. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe because we post Warhammer 40K content every single day. But with that said, let's get into 40 facts about the Adeptus Arbites. Arbitrators are recruited from exceptional members of the Schola Progenium from all over the Imperium. This organization fosters the orphan children of the high-ranking Imperial servants, whether they are scholars, scribes, or soldiers, and grooms them for their own life of dedicated service. Those chosen for service in the Adeptus Arbites are selected for a variety of reasons. Such candidates could be those who dominate their fellow progenia through force of will, or those who show an attention to detail and an analytical mind. Ultimately, any candidate must be exceptional if they are to serve within the Adeptus Arbites. It is ensured that new arbitrators have no ties or connections whatsoever to worlds on which they have been stationed, so there is no weakness of blackmail or coercion exploits. Arbitrators are famously incorruptible. Though the term arbitrator is often used to indicate the members of the Adeptus Arbites as a whole, there are in fact many ranks within a given sector that may be bestowed upon such individuals. These titles are selected for each world or subsector to instill fear in the local culture. In a sector rife with heresy, such as the Calic sector, it is crucial that the Adeptus Arbites officers is instantly obeyed. Therefore, a Lord Marshal might allow individual precincts to title their officers as they best see fit. These titles often deviate greatly from the precinct to precinct. Furthermore, specialists found within a sector often find their titles altered, even from one locale to another. Once trained and deployed on world, the lowest rank are most commonly set patrolling the streets in small squads, discouraging trouble by their menacing presence. This is especially true in many of the hive cities of the highly populated hive worlds, which serve as proving and burial grounds for any fleeting arbitrator. Those novice arbitrators who prove themselves may be promoted to the rank of investigator, a title chosen to strike fear into the nobles of the Imperial world, who have many secrets. Some may show themselves to be highly capable in the field, even in high-pressure, life-threatening situations, and to be tasked with guiding field operations. Others are tireless at rooting out evidence and leads, as well as having an excellent command of Imperial law and how to apply it, and they may be promoted to even higher ranks. Many Lord Marshals value skill, tenacity, and faith, and to that end, higher and more specialized appointments are awarded to those officers with exceptional talent in particular areas. Those who truly excel in the detection of crime may become the ultimate spy masters, tacticians, and forensic experts. No wrongdoer is too well hidden to escape their notice or evade their cunningly laid traps. Those who specialize in trial and prosecution, who boast an encyclopedia-like knowledge of the Lex Imperialis and a gift for speech and incisive accusations, may be tasked with presiding over glorious show trials and passing judgment upon those great individuals who have failed in their duties to the Emperor. Arbitrators whose particular skills lie in the application of extreme brutality and military force, or the command of men in battle, and who have proven time and again that they are impossible to kill, may be promoted to the level of Proctor or Marshal. Proctors derive their name from the ancient military traditions in the Underhive of Gunmetal City, a term that carries with it an air of divine justice. They specialize in crushing riots and insurrections in the most hostile of districts, deep within the Hive City's steel and iron caverns. Arbites High Marshals are the commanders who control the deployment of resources across the precincts of an entire planet or even multiple planetary systems. They serve at the direct appointment of the Lord Marshal, and there is no higher imperial legal authority on the planet. unless an Inquisitor decides to open a dialogue on a subject. It is they who bear the heavy burden of allocating men and equipment, trusting to their own judgment and the Emperor's will that their force will be in the right place at the right time. A few remarkable individuals may, after a long and illustrious career, be elevated to the rank of judge. Judges are iron-willed lords of justice who have far-reaching powers, an extraordinary mandate, and influence not far below an Inquisitor. They investigate and sit in judgment over those who commit the most heinous crimes, and will go to any lengths to pursue and capture or destroy a perpetrator. All arbitrators of high rank will readily deliver their sentence personally through the barrel of a gun, and have the power to deploy the uncompromising force of the arbitrators when it is necessary. Should the need arise, perhaps if an entire planet has fallen to civil unrest, they even have the influence to request and receive the full might of the Imperial Guard to restore Pax Imperialis, though in such cases the population of the planet is often substantially reduced. It should be noted that while the Adeptus Arbites enforces galaxy-wide Imperial law, every world in the star systems will have its own laws, inherited through tradition or imposed on by several planetary governors. Each world's ruler will maintain their own policing force, recruiting locally, and often outnumbering the arbitrators 1,000 to 1. These local law enforcement officers are commonly known in Imperial jargon simply as enforcers, though they are each called by their own title on each world they serve. These native enforcers often mimic the Arbutus in appearance, but their local ties and often less rigorous standards mean that they are far more susceptible to corruption. The objectives of local enforcers and Imperial arbitrators often overlap, and the two work in conjunction when it is mutually beneficial. However, there are also occasions when they come into direct conflict. In practice, the arbitrators are tasked to punish criminal activity, root out cultists and illegal gatherings, eliminate organized gangs, and are often unleashed en masse to quell riots. They must be as willing to dispense justice as they are to pronounce it. Often the punishment will be a swift bullet to the brain, or the perpetrator will have expired during the process of apprehension and interrogation. Other sentences amongst the hundreds of thousands available in Imperial law include flogging, limb amputation, exile to a prison world, condemnation to a penal legion, public execution, or conversion into a servitor. Arbitrators have the power to commandeer local enforcers and other resources such as ground vehicles or air transportation. The services of freelance bounty hunters, if they are often manpower and lacking, and in dire circumstances, can summon Imperial military resistance. Their authority surpasses even that of the local planetary governor, who will be closely scrutinized if there is any suspicion that his duties are not being undertaken with a due diligence. If the governor is late in the payment of tithes, is less than thorough in enforcing the population's proper worship of the God Emperor, or is tempted to decline sending troops to the aid of embattled neighbors, the Arbutus will be watching. In times of crisis and conflict, it is possible that a planetary governor may be assassinated, deposed, incapacitated, or even implicated in one of the Arbutus investigations. If this should happen, then the highest-ranking members of the Adeptus Arbites available on the world has the authority to temporarily take over rulership of the world until a suitable replacement can be put in place. This duty generally falls to the arbitrator with the rank of judge or marshal, but where an isolated world has only a token imperial presence, even the lowest-ranked arbitrators have on rare occasions stepped in to fill the breach. And those were 40 facts about arbitrators. I hope you guys understand the arbitrator role a little bit more. They are the Imperium of man's police force, but they're not the police force of planets, so planetary systems, I guess you could say. If you guys have any other suggestions of any other topics that you guys would like us to create a video for, please comment down below. And again, guys, thank you so much for liking, commenting, and sharing. Because you guys come in here every single day and like, comment, and share, you're telling YouTube that you like Warhammer 40K content, and your own channel is improving because now you're going to start getting suggestions of other Warhammer 40K topics. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. This was Gersh1 with One Mind Syndicate, signing out.